Hey everyone, and welcome back. I am so excited. Here we are. It is Tuesday, and I hope you Homework Club kids are excited because we are going to be doing some reading. Up first, we are going to read a storybook, and then we'll be making our way through our chapter book, George's Marvelous Medicine. I'm excited because he is going all types of crazy with what he is putting into that medicine. Oh, I'm excited to see what happens. Now, before we jump into the rest of our video, let's talk about our riddle. So, today's riddle I think is my new favorite riddle. So, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Today's riddle is, why isn't your nose 12 inches long? All right, at the end of the video, after reading our chapter book some, we are going to meet back up and figure it out together. Until then, let's go read our first book. I hope you guys are ready because today we've got one good book coming for you. We are going to be reading 5 Little Monkeys Reading in Bed. I'm excited to see what happens, what they get up to, and if there's anything we can learn from this book. So let's jump right in. Please make sure you follow along on the screen and let's get reading. When the 5 little monkeys are ready for bed, their mama reads stories, then kisses each head. It's bedtime for monkeys. Now turn out the light. Oh mama, oh please, one more story tonight. But mama's too tired. She's read more than 4. Lights out, sweet dreams. She closes their door. One monkey whispers, "This book looks so good. If mama won't read it, then maybe we could." Oh no, what are they gonna get up to? The monkeys start reading. The story is sad. One monkey is weeping. She's feeling so bad. All right, let's go through and read their speech bubbles too. That puppy is lost. It's snowing. Oh no, what happens next? Then out come the tissues. They all start to bawl. They sob and they cry till the last page of all. It's such a good ending. Their sobs turn to cheers. Those monkeys are loud. You should cover your ears. Look, his dad finds him. Hooray! Yay! Wow! Yippee! In fact, they're so noisy that mama runs in. What's all this racket, this chaos, this din? One monkey admits with a guilt-ridden look, we've been reading the very best, happy, sad book. Yay! Oops. Mama raises an eyebrow. What was it I said? Lights out, sweet dreams, no more reading in bed. Then one monkey sighs as she turns out the light. I wish we could read this new ghost book tonight. Oh no. Just look at the goblin and the mean-looking ghost. It's those shadowy bats that I like the most. Ooh. One monkey starts hooting an eerie ghost sound. And soon they're all wailing and jumping around. Then a dark, spooky shadow appears on the wall. But a knock on their door is what frightens them all. It's the ghost! They all scream, but then, knock, knock. Oh no! Mama walks in. What's all this racket, this chaos, this din? The monkeys all gasp. We thought you were the ghost. This book is so scary. We like it the most. Mama raises an eyebrow. What was it I said? Lights out. Sweet dreams. No more reading in bed. One monkey shivers. That book was so creepy. So good, but so scary. I'll never be sleepy. She pulls out a joke book. We've got to be quiet. But the jokes are so funny, in fact, they're a riot. Hee hee ha ha ha. The monkeys try hard not to giggle or laugh, but then there's a joke with a foolish giraffe. Why do giraffes have long necks? So they can wear lots of ties. Ha 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 ha. It's so silly, so goofy, they all start to roar. And then, can you guess who flings open their door? Oh yes, it's Mama. She comes storming right in. What's all this racket, this chaos, this din? The monkeys keep giggling. They just cannot quit. Mama picks up the book. I've had it. That's it. Then she raises an eyebrow. Did you hear what I said? Lights out, sweet dreams, no more reading in bed. Well, the monkeys are tired. They're almost asleep when they hear someone giggle, then laugh, and then weep. Do you hear all that noise? And just who can it be? Let's sneak down the hall. Can you guess what they see? It's Mama. Oh, Mama, they giggle. What was it you said? Lights out, sweet dreams, no more reading in bed. Those monkeys are sleepy. They head out the door. Just wait till tomorrow, and then we'll read more. All right, guys, that is it. That is our book, and the monkeys are out. They are asleep. So, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was fun, and now we get to go right into our positive action. Our positive action today is going to focus in on one of the resources we've talked just a little bit about in one of our videos previously. So we've talked about our resources as things like money, time, energy, possessions, thoughts, feelings, actions, and how all of these things can be of service to us, resources for us. So today we are focusing specifically on one of those things, possessions. So let's start by defining what a possession is. A possession is something that you own, that you are responsible for, that you take care of. These things can be things like toys, books, school supplies, clothes, jewelry, headbands. All of these things are possessions. Now, what role do they serve as a resource, huh? Well, let's be real about it. When you have certain things, you have certain resources available to you. The thing that's most important to remember when we're talking about resources, specifically possessions, is how we take care of the things we're responsible for, right? If we have all these things, but we don't take care of them, they're not gonna last long. We're not gonna get to play with our toys as long if we don't take good care of them. If we are always playing with our Elsa Barbie doll and smashing it and doing crazy stuff and cutting its hair and drawing on its face, our parents, our guardians aren't going to be so happy about that, right? They're gonna say, you want me to get you another doll, but you just destroyed that one. That's what I'm saying. When we are in charge of something, we've got to take good care of it. And acting as though you take care of all your possessions and all the things you care about, like your toys, your school supplies, your clothes, helps prepare you for taking care of yourself and for other people around you. And that is what we are here to do, right? I always talk about that. We are put on this earth to be kind and uplift each other, right? And this is a part of that. Learning how to take care of the things around you, the things that you are in control of. Once we learn to care for those things, we can start to apply that to other places in our life. So, I hope this has helped just a little bit, talking about how resources are a possession to help us grow. And that's about it. Let's go read our chapter book, George's Marvelous Medicine. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. We are about to jump back into what I was reading, George's Marvelous Medicine. And I hope you guys are excited because George is still in the middle of putting just about every single thing into his medicine. So he's been to his parents' room, he's been to the bathroom, he just went into, I believe, the kitchen and put some canary seed in there. He is going a little crazy. And I'm excited to see what happens because hopefully this medicine helps Grandma. She's a little miserable. So let's jump right back into our book and figure out what happens. So next, George explored the box with the shoe cleaning materials, brushes and tins and dusters. Well now, he thought, Grandma's medicine is brown, so my medicine must also be brown, or she'll smell a rat. The way to color it, he decided, would be with brown shoe polish. The large tin he chose was labeled dark tan. Splendid. He scooped it all out with an old spoon and plopped it into the pan. He would stir it up later. On his way back to the kitchen, George saw a bottle of gin standing in the sideboard. Grandma was very fond of gin. She was only allowed to have one small nip of it every evening. Now, he would give her a treat. He poured the whole bottle into the pan. Back in the kitchen, George put a huge saucepan on the table and went over to the cupboard that served as a ladder. The shelves were bulging with bottles and jars of every sort. He chose the following and emptied them one by one into the saucepan. A tin of curry powder, a tin of mustard powder, a bottle of extra hot chili sauce, a tin of black peppercorns, a bottle of horseradish sauce. There, he said aloud, that should do it. George, came from a screechy voice from the next room. What are you talking about in there? What are you up to? Nothing, Grandma, absolutely nothing, he called back. Well, we all know that is false. Is it time for my medicine yet? No, Grandma, not for about another half an hour. Well, just see that you don't forget it. I won't, Grandma, George answered. I promised I won't. On to the next chapter, animal pills. At this point, George suddenly had an extra good wheeze. Although the medicine cupboard in the house was forbidden ground, what about the medicines his father kept on the shelf in the shed next to the hen house? The animal medicines. What about those? Nobody had ever told him you mustn't touch them. Let's face it, George said to himself, hairspray and shaving cream and shoe polish are all very well, and they will no doubt cause some splendid explosions inside the old geezer, but what the magic mixture needs now is a touch of real stuff, real pills and real tonics, to give it a punch and muscle. George picked up the heavy 3/4 full saucepan and carried it out the back door. He crossed the farmyard and headed straight for the shed along the hen house. He knew his father wouldn't be there. He was out haymaking in one of the other meadows. George entered the dusty old shed and put the saucepan on the bench. Then he looked at the medicine shelf. There were 5 big bottles there. 2 were full of pills, 2 were full of runny stuff, and 1 was full of powder. I'll use them all, George said. Grandma needs them. Boy, does she need them. The first bottle he took down contained an orange-colored powder. The label said, 4 chickens with foul, pest, hen gripe, sore. And I will continue after I show you this picture. That is George looking up at all of the materials in the shed. Beaks, gammy legs, cockeritis, egg trouble, broodiness or loss of feathers. Mix 1 spoonful with each bucket of feed. Well, George said aloud to himself, as he tipped the whole bottle full, the old bird won't be losing any feathers after she's had a dose of this. The next bottle he took down had about 500 gigantic purple pills in it. For horses with horse throats, it said on the label. The horse-throated horse should suck on 1 pill twice a day. Grandma may not have a hoarse throat, George said, but she's certainly got a sharp tongue. Maybe these'll cure her. Into the saucepan went 500 gigantic purple pills. Then there was a bottle of thick yellowish liquid for cows, bulls, and bullocks. The label said, will cure cowpox, cow mange, crumpled horns, bad breath in bulls, earache, toothache, headache, hoof ache, tail ache, and sore udders. The grumpy old cow lives in the living room. She should have one of these, George said. She'll need it all. With a slop and a gargle, the yellow liquid splashed into the now nearly full saucepan. The next bottle contained a brilliant red liquid. Sheep dip, it said on the label, for sheep with sheep rot and for getting rid of ticks and fleas. Mix 1 spoonful in with 1 gallon of water and slosh it all over the sheep. Caution, do not make the mixture any stronger or the wool will fall out and make the animal naked. By gum, said George, how I'd love to walk in and slosh it all over old grandma and watch the ticks and fleas go jumping off her. But I can't. I mustn't. So she'll have to drink it instead. He poured the bright red medicine into the saucepan. All right, guys, that is where we're going to end it for today. We will pick right back up and see what happens. The saucepan, it said it was almost full, so I'm really wondering how much more can he really fit into that pan, into that mixture. I don't know, guys. We will find out next time, won't we? All right, and now that we have finished reading, it is time for us to talk about our riddle. Who remembers our riddle? It was about our nose. Why is your nose not 12 inches long? Did you figure it out? Like I said, I think this is my new favorite. Because then it would be a foot. Get it? Like 12 inches is a foot, but you also have a foot. I thought it was really funny, and I hope it made you laugh as well. All right, that was the last thing we had to do. Now it's time for us to say our goodbyes. Thank you guys so much for watching.